Hey, Stephen Smith here, and I believe that I have a word from the Lord for you today. And that word is, hey, you guys! Remember the electric company when they used to say, hey, you guys? Well, this is very similar to that. In fact, God is calling you. God is calling to you very specifically. He's calling us out by name. He's calling us out individually. He's calling us to the mission that he's called us to. You know, in Isaiah 49:1, it says this, listen to me, all you in distant lands. Pay attention to you who are far away. The Lord called me before my birth. From within the womb, he called me by name. This is all really important in several different facets. But the point that I really want to focus in on is the fact that God knows your name and he's calling you by it. He's calling you to come out and he wants you to serve him. He wants you to go out and do the things that he created you to do. He's given you talents, gifts, abilities, skills. He's given you friends. He's given you the ability to be able to go out and change the world. So why not start using some of the tools that he's done for you? This is Jeremiah 1:5, and it tells us this. I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you as my prophet to the nations. Now, you might not be called a prophet, but you may be called to take care of children. You may be called to share the gospel with your coworkers. You may be called to minister to your family. There's so many different ways that you can serve the Lord and use the talents and the gifts that he himself has given to you. I want you to take a look at Gideon for a while. You know, if we go into the 6th chapter of Judges and we look at the life of Gideon and how he was actually called, they came up before him. In fact, the angel of the Lord appeared to him while he's trying to hide from the Midianites, and he calls him a mighty man of valor. This is Judges 6:12. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, the Lord is with you, you mighty man of valor. Now, a lot of us joke about that and say, oh, wow, he wasn't really a man of valor. But God knew exactly what he was and set a picture before him. And in fact, Jesus Christ did the same thing to Zacchaeus. When he saw Zacchaeus up in the tree, he said, hey, Zacchaeus, come down. I want to stay at your house. You know what the name Zacchaeus means? Redeemed. Well, Zacchaeus was already redeemed on the way down. So we have to understand this and we have to know this, that God will call you by the name that you were created for. It may not be the name that you actually were given to at birth, but that doesn't matter because God knows you and knows who you are. Revelations 2:17 tells us this. Anyone with ears to hear must listen to the Spirit and understand what he is saying to the churches. To everyone who is victorious, I will give some of the manna that has been hidden away in heaven. And I will give to each one a white stone, and on that stone will be engraved a new name that no one understands except the one who receives it. You know, if we know that God has given us a new name, and if that new name describes how we're going to be victorious in the kingdom, why not answer to that? Why not go up and say, hey, Lord, I am ready. You call me by name. Here am I, send me. You know, it's really cool in Judges 6:32, after Gideon went and he tore down the image of Baal and he made a sacrifice to the Lord, even though he did it at night so that no one would see him, he got a new name. Check this out. They nicknamed Gideon that day Jerubbaal because after he tore down the Baal altar, he said, let Baal fight his own battles. So that's the same thing as us being named enemy of Satan, right? Isn't that cool? We can stand up firm in the faith knowing that you are an enemy of Satan, that you are the standard by which God has measured you by. So what we want to do then is we want to go out and we want to accomplish all that God has called us to. This is the word that I believe that the Lord has given to me for you today. I'm calling you by name. I'm calling you to a new mission, one that will have both success and victory. Answer the call to arms. Join me in this battle against evil in this world. Well, God wants you to join him in this battle. And I encourage you to reach down, start looking for the different gifts and the talents that God has given you and start using them in your own life. You're going to see a huge difference in the way that you approach things and the way that you overcome things. Well, feel free to share this message on Facebook. You're more than welcome to go to our YouTube channel and check out all the different videos there. You can even go to our webpage at awfg.today and you can see all our previous messages. You can even download a copy of the blog. Well, God bless you, and I hope to hear from you soon.